Peace, you guys. Goddess V here, and you're listening to Deprogramming the Stage. Everything spoken here is alleged or my opinion, and I am speaking here what I know and sharing my knowledge and my wisdom and my understanding, all under the Fair Use Act. So let's get into the video. So this is going to be part 3 of the MK Ultra and the hidden syndicate behind Claressa Shields. This is part 3. Okay. And in part 1 and 2, briefly, I was the first to bring you guys the information, at least that I know of. Okay. I was the first to bring to you guys, the whole Sierra Leone Africa information about Wind Records and Papoose making these travels over to Sierra Leone, getting with President Bio and the First Lady Fatima, speaking and getting together, as if they were doing some humanitarian type of work. Okay. When it didn't appear to be that. Okay. Because upon doing my research, come to find out, looking into the 34 military hospital and what they have going on there, in the deep search that I did in regards to who and what is affiliated with the 34 military hospital. You see what I'm saying? And Wind Records and that whole thing. This is not what it seems. Okay, it starts to make this whole $8 million deal, Papoose, Claressa, and all of these people appear to be the true vultures that I believe, and many others believe that they are. Okay, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is even in public information that anyone who can do research very well can go and receive this information, right? Now, I keep up with, some of the channels who have been covering the whole Wind Records, Shalita promotions, and the whole Claressa thing. People putting out great information. Me, myself, personally, I am a very deep and extensive, hardcore researcher. Okay, I do this, and I've been doing this for over 25 years. Okay, so I go really deep in my research. Although I am new to YouTube, as far as me coming and bringing content, I'm new here. If you guys look, you'll see that I might only have 5 views. I think the most I have is like 20 views or something like that, which is fine because I'm not here for money. I'm not here. It will be nice if it starts coming in, like, share, subscribe, but I'm not here for that. Okay. Because if you know me or know about me, you already know that I serve my purpose. And I represent the Great Mother. That's what I do. Okay? I slay wickedness and deception. And I point out things within our pop culture, things around us, things that our people, attach ourselves to that we think are real. When it comes to the entertainment business, politics, you see what I'm saying? Everyday life. Because we all know that shit isn't what it seems. It's really not. We know this at this point, right? But there's layers to things. And as we all grow and evolve and we begin to see, right? And we peel back the layers of the wickedness of this world and the things that people have going on, and we see the deeper layers of it, it becomes very, 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 disturbing, okay, to say the least, right? But I am here to bring my perspective, right? And to use my gift of speaking, right? Through the voice, using my voice, which is a gift, right? And my research abilities, which is another gift, right? To put this information out. And wherever it goes, you guys, is where it's supposed to go. And that's how I see it. However, being a new content creator here, my work has not yet it's not yet, popping up in the algorithm or anything like that. Or, And, eventually it will. I'm sure once people start, listening more, people share more, things of that nature, that's fine. But I'll just say this for, those of you content creators who do have, you a lot of viewers, subscribers, things of that nature, if you use my content, please, at least give me a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Just at least shout me out, because, and I'm saying this, usually this information is for all of us. You see what I'm saying? And when we put this information out, we want everyone to get the information and spread the information. This is how you make changes, by listening to the information and then sharing it with others, and then you do something about it. Yes, that is correct. Okay. However, right. You see what I'm saying? If someone is putting out content and you see that they're a beginner, or they don't really have that many viewers, or their videos are not really circulating like that, and you know that you've been in that position before when you started your channel, just shout the person out. It doesn't hurt. Have some integrity, you guys. Just shout the person. Shout the person out. That's all you have to do. Just shout them out. Send some traffic to their channel. That's all. Because people know when you use their content, especially if you're going to use my content or whatever, because, my content is different. I'm different than a lot of other, you know what I'm saying? How I do mine. You see what I'm saying? So, just if you say you have integrity, just have that integrity, you guys. And, for the smaller people up here, the newbies, just shout us out. Send a little traffic our way. It's the right thing to do. Okay, you guys, people's, this is hard work here. You guys know that, and having someone to disrespect your intellectual property and, the hard work that you put in, and then don't shout you out, or at least give you some credit, it's very disheartening. You know what I'm saying? And I never understood why content creators would say, hey, you're stealing this and stealing that, and give me a shout out. I never understood, I never understood that. It was always like, well, what's the big deal? You know what I'm saying? Everybody is trying to get the word out. Like, you see what I'm saying? Are you not here to spread the word? To get the information out. But now I get it. When you put that mental dedication into this, you see what I'm saying? It does matter. Okay. So you guys just, like and share. You see what I'm saying? Just share the information and shout out the person. Just remember when you were there. You see what I'm saying? Trying to get your information out there to the people. Okay. It's the right thing to do, you guys. Okay. So that's my little word I just wanted to put out there. Okay. So back to, cause like I said before, guys, I'm going to make my videos shorter. And like I said in part 1 and 2 of MK Ultra, the hidden syndicate behind Claressa Shields. This is part 3, where I was the first to expose the 34 military hospital in Sierra Leone. Okay. TuneCore. We all heard about TuneCore. That's the company that Papoose started out working. That's the first company that made him the head of hip hop over there. Okay. With Andrea Gleason over there. And we also spoke about Mark Taffet, which is Claressa Shields' manager, who happens to be the president, I believe now, of HBO pay-per-view. Okay, which happens to be Mark Taffet. He manages Claressa Shields. He also is linked to Rock Nation and some other notable artists, companies, promotion companies, and things of that sort. And I also spoke about the fire that took place at the 34 military hospital. Let me see. Coincidentally, fire took place. It seems like, when those pictures of Papoose and Win Records, Ruben Branson and Khadijah, right? Once those photos that they took over there near the site, the construction site of the 34 military hospital in Sierra Leone, it seems like once those pictures really started surfacing and stuff like that, and people really started talking about it, and whispers was maybe coming up, or all of a sudden a fire happened over there back in July of 2025. all of a sudden now, not the whole hospital, but, you know, certain parts of the hospital. You see what I'm saying? And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if that is the section where all of the records, well, not all of the records, but where some of the records and some of the, you know, the suspect shit that they have going on. Okay, there, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if that was it. Either maybe even that allegedly maybe having to do with the records, or, you know, or maybe having to do with matters of insurance and things of that nature. So, you know, because we know, generally speaking, we know that these clandestine groups and organizations, you guys, are very satanic. You know, they're very wicked, and they fund a lot of wicked projects and a lot of wicked things. Okay. And so today I wanted to continue before we actually, because on my last video, I got into me believing, let me say this now, and I'm not saying this is based on appearances, you guys. Okay. I'm saying this based on what I've studied, what I see, the conclusion that I've come to, right? My discernment, right? And what's being shown to me in the spirit. Okay? I believe, and it may not be popular, but that's fine. It doesn't have to be, because this is my belief. I believe that Claressa Shields was born a male, like I said in part 2 of this series. Okay? I believe that she was born a male. I believe that Claressa Shields is a part of a secret program that funnels out different that funnels out different programs, right? Where they allow certain young people, minorities, other groups, their lab children. Okay. When I say their lab children, meaning that babies from their baby farms, children that they've created in their laboratories, right? Children of unfortunate or impoverished families, children of orphanages, children within the welfare system, within the foster care system, okay? Kidnapped children, trafficked children, right? These organizations have been moving under the radar for years. And you have different elite organizations that work with these people. These people have facilities. These people have hospitals. These people have schools. These people have all types of different avenues that they do their dirt in, or use to do their dirt. Okay. Very intricate. We see about the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing, you know, and you have, I mentioned before how all these people are so disgusted about hearing about what he had going on that island with them eating babies and, you know, things of that nature. You guys haven't heard anything yet, because I'm gonna allow you guys to listen to something, okay? Because you're probably wondering, where am I going with this, right? What is the whole point of this series? The whole point of this series is to understand this. We have to understand that when we look at people who have been put on the world stage before us, it doesn't matter what part of the world stage they're entertaining and lying to you in. It doesn't matter if it's acting, commercials, modeling, rappers, singers, actors, actresses, politicians, okay, civil rights leaders, pastors. It doesn't matter. These people have their claws in every facets of society. This is the number one thing that we need to understand, because when people like myself put out certain information, right, that sounds kind of like out there. You see what I'm saying? Because when I mentioned this on another platform, I believe that Claressa Shields was born a male. Okay. It didn't land pretty good. Okay. It didn't land well. You see what I'm saying? And a part of the reason why it didn't land well, and her being a transgender is not the focus of the series or whatever, but it didn't land well because they have conditioned us for it to not land well. They have trained us little by little for us to react with certain trigger words, right? So when you say something about, oh, I think such and such is a boy. What you mean? No, what you mean? No, she ain't no boy, you know what I'm saying? She ain't no boy, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Just cause she muscular and shit. No, I mean, just cause she muscular, that don't mean shit, nigga, and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just some haters and shit. Y'all just out here hating on the LGBT community and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bashing, y'all doing this and that. People get their panties in a bunch. They want to call you conspiracy theorist and this, that, and the third. And see, we have to really understand that YouTube really used to be a place when it first came on around 2013, 2014. It was a place you could come to and get all the fucking intel. You see what I'm saying? People was putting out their videos. People was putting out a lot of information. You see what I'm saying? Back then, YouTube is a joke these days. But when it first came out, my goodness, people was giving that business. People was giving that real tea. Fuck all of this watered down shit people talking about. People was giving that real tea around that time, right? And then the people seen this, okay? The elites, they saw this, right? The gatekeepers, they saw this. So what did they do, right? They started using the term you call conspiracy theorist or conspiracy theory. Now you have a bunch of niggas, okay? Because this is who I'm directing my message to. If anyone else is listening, that's fine. But listen, everything real, my message is for my people. For my people. I'm trying to wake up my people. I'm giving messages to my people. Plain and simple. Now, if anybody else gets something out of it, whoopee fucking do. But I'm speaking to my people. I'm going to show love to my people. But I'm also say what I need to say. Because a lot of our people ass kissing out here. A lot of our people sleep out here. A lot of our people just fucking brain dead. Plain and simple. And a lot of our people have allowed them to put this conspiracy theory shit on us. You see what I'm saying? Now we saying to our own people who come with the truth. What you mean? Man, she ain't no transgender. What you mean? Nah, you just hating, man. She didn't do that. What you mean? Man, that's some conspiracy theorist, man. And these the same fucking people, they'll call you a conspiracy theorist for pointing out the fact that there's some underground shit and some clandestine satanic shit going on behind the scenes, allegedly with Warren Records, allegedly with Salida Promotions, and allegedly with Papoose and Claressa and the rest of these clowns. They'll call you a conspiracy theorist when you start speaking about these things, right? Right? But as soon as, you see what I'm saying? As soon as you turn around and then you listen to their conversations, or you have a conversation with them, or whatever the case may be, they're all into their favorite celebrity and what their favorite oh, you seen what happened with NBA YoungBoy and shit? Yo, this nigga's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you seen what happened with Fantasia? Oh man, her father did this. Hey, you see what's going on at such and such? Man, that shit is fucked up, son. Man, that shit is da 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 da. They start talking about all this shit as if it's actually real life people. They start talking about these people. They claim up and down they know that this shit is a joke and they know it's a stage. Yet when you sit and listen to these people talk about, okay, their little pop culture or what's going on in society, when you listen to them talk about these things, okay, you see what I'm saying, right? They're talking about it as if they know factually, these people, as if they really know what the fuck is going on. They're taking a narrative and they're riding with that shit as if they know. You see what I'm saying? But let you say some shit that's outside of the scope of what they think they know. You're a conspiracy theorist. And this is why You see what I'm saying? Those of us who are doing the work, we have to stay steadfast in our message and not let, you see what I'm saying? And not let the NPCs and the 85ers, this is what we call them, the 85ers. You see what I'm saying? Throw this whole conspiracy theory shit around. You see what I'm saying? Because we're in the age of information right now. And to be honest with you, we don't feel sorry for them. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's too much information out here for people to still be walking around this bitch dumb, deaf, and blind like this. So we do our work, we put the message out, and that's it. Do your job, do your work, whatever your angle is, whatever your format is on how you do what you do, then you do that. But don't worry about looking a certain way to no one. You listen to the spirit within. That's what you do. You follow what your gift. You follow what the great mother is speaking to your soul to do, through your spirit to do. And that's what that is, okay? So, with that being said, we're going to move on into part 3 of this, okay? We're going to move into part 3. Now, let me get my notes together. Okay. So, as you can see, I have here, and guys, this is from Facebook, okay? This gentleman here, I believe I am pronouncing his name correctly, Abu Kumber, okay? This is from, I believe this is from his Facebook page, okay? As you can see here. And then he looks like he shared maybe another page he may have, or you know, one of his other alternative pages or something like that. It says Abu Kumber Special Envoy. Okay, this was shared in August 5th, 2025. Like I said, this gentleman name is Abu Kumber. This gentleman is an ambassador, okay, for Sierra Leone. He is a representative of the Sierra Leonean government. The same Sierra Leone that whose president is currently President Bio and his first lady, right? First Lady Fatima, which is his wife. And as I spoke about in my previous videos, the President Bio and his wife, his first lady, invited Mr. Ruben Branson, CEO of Win Records, and Papoose and the Win Records, a few members of the Win Records team, to the 34 military hospital in Sierra Leone. Okay? Now, Mr. Abu, interestingly enough, showed up to one of Claressa Shields' fights. Isn't that something? Right? Because see, someone can easily say, well, okay, well, yeah, Papoose, and Ruben Branson, yeah, they was in Sierra Leone, they was just doing humanitarian work. They was just doing philanthropy work and shit. They was just going out there showing love, because Khadijah's mother is shit. She's from out there. You know what I'm saying? She from out there, so, they was just showing love. Listen, okay? All right, listen, when you see people going on these type of business trips and shit like that, listen, it ain't because they're just going just to do some shit. You best believe that there's money behind this shit. These people don't do nothing for no fucking philanthropy. The only time these people do shit for philanthropy, okay, is for the fucking money. Let's be clear about that. They're doing it for the money. You see what I'm saying? And even if the person who they're, doing this for is not paying them directly, it's still a payday involved, or some type of position or opportunity. Let's be clear about that. Okay? So why someone's coming all the way from a representative ambassador's coming all the way from Sierra Leone to fucking Detroit, right? With his envoy to peep out Miss Claressa Shields. in her fight. So let's go ahead and read this and see what what Ambassador Abu himself is saying about his trip, right? To America, to Detroit. You see what I'm saying? At this fight here. Back in July of 2025. Ambassador Abu attends GWOAT Claressa Shields versus Lonnie Daniels showdown as the VVIP guest. July 30th, 2025. Sierra Leone's special envoy for trade and investments, Ambassador Abu, made history on Saturday, the 26th of July in 2025, when he attended the highly anticipated women's heavyweight boxing bout between Claressa Shields and Lonnie Daniels at the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan, as a very, very important person or guest. The ambassador was invited by Ruben Branson, CEO of Win Records, and was accorded exclusive front row treatment, access to the fighters, and the rare privilege of stepping into the boxing ring. This event marks a significant milestone in sports diplomacy as Ambassador Abu becomes one of the first Sierra Leoneans to attend such prominence at a global boxing event. The arena was packed to capacity, with an electric atmosphere befitting the occasion. As the fighters made their entrance, the crowd erupted in excitement. Seated ringside, Ambassador Abu witnessed the high-octane battle up close, immersing himself in the sheer intensity and athleticism on display. A key highlight of the night was Ambassador Abu's personal interaction with Claressa Shields, widely recognized as the GWOAT, greatest woman of all time. The two exchanged pleasantries, with the boxing icon expressing appreciation for his presence and support. Ambassador Abu, in turn, extended words of encouragement and solidarity, demonstrating the powerful link between diplomacy and sports. The ambassador also held conversations ringside with hip-hop artist Papoose and Win Records CEO Ruben Branson, discussing potential future matchups, including a possible Shields/Layla Ali super fight, which we know that's not going to happen according to the real GOAT, Layla Ali. Okay, including a possible Shields/Layla Ali super fight, as well as exploring avenues for investment and entertainment partnerships in Sierra Leone. Let me just repeat that little part right quick. The ambassador also held conversations, because that's why he came there. Okay, not to see no damn Claressa. Okay. I wonder, did he attend any of Ali's fights? Of Layla Ali's fights? Yeah. What about any of Alicia Baumgartner's fights? What about any of Ann Wolf's fights? You know what I'm saying? What about any of Shadacia's or Lonnie Daniels' fights? You see what I'm saying? Or Katie Taylor. I wonder, did he attend any of their fights? I might have to look into that and see. You know?
Well, why would he attend their fights? They're not the GWOAT. They're not the GWOAT. He wanted to see the best. He wanted to see the GWOAT.
Yeah, okay. Let me repeat this. The ambassador also held conversations ringside with hip-hop artist Papoose and Win Records CEO Ruben Branson, discussing potential future matchups, including a possible Shields-Layla Ali super fight, as well as exploring avenues for investment and entertainment partnerships in Sierra Leone. Let's keep moving. Let's keep reading. Let's wrap it up. The event was star-studded, featuring international celebrities from the worlds of music, film, and sports. Ambassador Abu's interaction with these global personalities provided an opportunity to further Sierra Leone's image as a rising player on the global economic and cultural stage. The fight itself lived up to expectations, as both Claressa Shields and Lonnie Daniels engaged in a fierce tactical battle. Shields eventually emerged victorious, retaining her world title, while Daniels won admiration for her resilience and skill. Ambassador Abu's participation in this historic night underscores the importance of sports as a tool for international engagement. His VVIP presence at such a landmark event not only elevated Sierra Leone's profile globally, but also demonstrated the country's readiness to tap into the economic and diplomatic potential of global sports and entertainment industries. And that's the end of the Facebook post. Okay, you guys, if you want to read this post, all you have to do is go to, just look up Abu, spelled A-B-U, Coomber, Coombr. Okay, and then you will see, you can just look up there and go search for it and you'll see this on his page. Okay, he has some photos there too of the evening. He has photos here, as you can see, Papoose, Claressa Shields, Salida Promotions, and all of that. Okay, this is all the stuff that they are allowing you guys to see. You see what I'm saying? All the glitz and glamour, everybody's camera ready. You see what I'm saying? They're enjoying a nice star-studded sport night and everything and all this and that. Right? But why was Mr. Abu, right, a Sierra Leonean representative, why was he really there? Why was he really there? Allegedly. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's take a look at some of the reasons, maybe perhaps, why this representative Abu is going to show up to fucking Detroit to a goddamn Claressa Shields fight. Okay, guys. So, yes. So, we're going to go down this rabbit hole. Okay? And it may seem like, I'm all over the place with this, but, when you're dealing with these people, with these different syndicates and these different secret orders and these societies, and these witch covens and, all of these things, this thing is very diabolical, you guys. And it just blows my mind, the information that I've been coming across and the different, compartments to it is just mind blowing and disheartening, to say the least. But let's go ahead and get into who is this Ambassador Abu Bakr Multi Kamara. Okay, his name is Abu Bakr Multi Kamara. Okay, so let's get into who he is exactly. Abu Multi Kamara is a high-ranking Sierra Leonean diplomat and civil servant. His credentials: he served as the ambassador to China. Remember China, you guys, because these people have a deep connection to the People's Liberation Army of China. Okay? The People's Liberation Army China is connected to the 34 military hospital in Sierra Leone, you guys. And we know, when it comes to China, that these people are straight and strictly fucking diabolical. Everything they do. And everything they do and everything they touch, these people are demonic devils. Wuhan. Remember that? Wuhan, COVID, Corona. You see what I'm saying? Not to mention all the other shit, you know, that they're involved in. You see what I'm saying? But we're not going to get in. We're going to get into that later about how the 34 military hospital win records and all that is connected to the People's Liberation Army of China. Yeah, we're going to get into that. So I just want you to remember as I read Mr. Abu's credentials, I want you to remember that I said that he served as ambassador to China from 2012 to 2013. So keep that in mind. Now, I'll start over. Credentials. He served as the ambassador to China from 2012 to 2013 and was once nominated as the permanent representative to the United Nations. 2. The secret title. In April 2013, Abu was initiated into an elite circle. Listen carefully. Into an elite circle when he was made a grand commander of the Order of Roquel. Are you guys listening to me when I because see, when I break you down on this channel, when I break down stuff over here, when we break down things over here, brothers and sisters, on this channel, on Deprogramming the Stage, we're not doing surface level here. We're breaking down the nitty gritty and letting you guys see who the players are behind the scenes of these damn demons and devils and witches. Do you see what I'm saying? Because like I said, as you peel back the layers, it gets darker and darker, you guys. There's nothing holy, sanctified, or honest, or nothing of integrity when it comes to these people. The more you peel off the layers, the more wicked it gets. All of these people, the higher up you go when it comes to these people, the more wicked they are, the more secret orders that they're a part of. We need to understand this shit. I'm going to read that part again. Ambassador Abu, the same ambassador who showed up at Claressa Shields and Lonnie Daniels' fight back in July 2025, right? The same ambassador who Win Records invited Win Records and Papoose to check out Claressa's fight so they could talk business, right? That's the same Mr. Abu I'm talking about here. I'm reading you his credentials, right? The secret title. In April 2013, Mr. Abu, Ambassador Abu, was invited to an elite circle when he was made a grand commander of the Order of the Roquel. While the public sees this as a national honor, those tracking secret societies view such orders as the modern day cabins or covens or lodges where the true ruling class is minted. We're going to keep this thing going because I want to keep the videos short, you guys. Now, let's get into this here, okay? Now, why? Let's just say this. What could be a reason of why him and his cohorts would choose to meet up, right, at Claressa Shields' fight in Detroit? In Detroit that night, right? Why would someone from Sierra Leone, right, an ambassador like that, could it be because he's such a big fan of boxing? Could it be that he's such a big fan of the so-called GWOAT, and he wants to come all the way there? You see what I'm saying? To see this greatness here? You see what I'm saying? Could that be the reason why? I highly doubt it. But let's see what could possibly or allegedly be the reason why he would show up to Claressa Shields' fight. Okay. Shields is more than an athlete. She is a global icon who recently signed, and we know about this, that massive $8 million multi-fight deal, which she didn't get the whole $8 million. We know this, okay? Ain't no telling how much money she's already done paid back, but let's just keep it moving. In the world of avatars, I want you to remember this word avatar here. as we go deeper and darker into what the fuck is going on with these people, I want you to keep in mind Avatar, because these people, they operate, when it comes to these people on a deeper, darker level, family, they operate through, it's a hive mind. Okay? It's a hive mind. These people are demonic. These people are telepathic. These people are psychic. These people are demonic. They operate through a hive mind. But they go from body to body, from avatar to avatar, working not just through people, but in people. I want to make this clear. So you're going to hear me use this term avatar because I have to, because this is their understanding of how they operate. This is why these people are able to operate. You see what I'm saying? And have the same figures operate, right? Throughout millennia, throughout centuries, throughout decades. You understand what I'm saying? Allegedly, Genghis Khan is still in operation to this day. We need to be clear the type of shit that these people are involved in. The type of darkness these people are involved in. So pay attention when I use this term avatar. You heard it here first. Not the term avatar. No, I didn't make that up. But when it comes to talking about these people, because people are trying to understand what the fuck is going on with these people. Oh, how this person ends up with this person. Oh, how they know each other. What business do they have? You see what I'm saying? That's an odd couple. These are odd business partners, right? And yes, these are circuits. You see what I'm saying? These people have to meet up with different people. You see, because they have different circuits that they operate through. Yes. Yes, they have their little black books and they have their circuits. Yes. But they also keep their eyes on different people. What I'm saying here, right, when it comes to this matter, I don't want to get too far into this. When it comes to people like Claressa Shields and Claressa Shields specifically and Papoose, right? They are puppets, as I said in a previous video. They are puppets. Okay? They're drones, puppets. They are only being used right now for their perceived influence. Okay? Claressa Shields is a boxer, right? She gave herself the title the GOAT. She's a two-time Olympic, blah, blah, etc., right? She's, fermented herself, right? Introduced herself on the world stage. You see what I'm saying? So that is what they would call somewhat of a global influence. Papoose, not so much. You see, he does not have global influence. He barely has international influence, okay? Now, it's not a shot or anything, right? I'm just saying, he has been allowed to be in this position based on perceived influence, okay? Being in the rap game, this, that, and the third. He has on his resume certain artists he know who do have or who does have global influence. You see what I'm saying? And because he has ties with these people and connections in business with these people, that puts him in a position to be able to be used as a puppet as well. Claressa and Papoose were brought together. This did not happen happenstance, you guys. Okay? You need to know how the industry works. Okay? You need to know how these orders work. They don't come together for love and relationships. See, a lot of people think that these people come together. Oh, I'm so glad to see them together. They're such a good couple. Oh my God, he's so happy now. Remy did this. First everyone was like, oh, it's cool. Now it's like, oh, they need to leave each other. Oh, he's doing her bad. Oh, she's cheating on him. Oh, Maserati blood this and this, that, and the third and all this shit. It's all a fucking show. Okay, these people are used as puppets to not only use their resources of, influence, but also to distract you all. Okay, to distract you all with the shit show. So you can keep talking and running your mouth about their narratives that are fake, that are made up, because they too are actors. So you can keep running your mouth and talking about these people who are fake. And you will not be looking at what's really going on behind the scenes and what they are really involved with. Because they know the majority of you who are reporting on these incidents, you're doing it, pop culture, gossip, intel, pop culture. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong. Something is wrong with that. All I'm saying is that they're very confident, you see, putting these type of puppets before you and coming up with their scripts, with their acting scripts. You see what I'm saying? For them to play out. Papoose, and they sent Papoose to Claressa. Let's be clear about that. Because I'm hearing people say, oh yeah, Claressa went up in the DMs and da-da-da-da. Let me tell you something. Claressa is under MK Ultra, allegedly. Let me say that. She is under MK Ultra, allegedly. So everything she does is programmed. Everything she does is she's programmed to do. These people are very intricate in how they go about, how they go about in their plots, you guys. We need to be clear on how these people operate. They play chess, not checkers. They allow their subjects and their slaves and puppets to play chess. Right? Involving you all and they're talking about it makes you pieces on the chessboard. On the checkerboard. Right? All the while, they're playing chess. Let's be clear. Let's be clear about that. So they were put together. Papoose doesn't give two fucks about Claressa Shields. And guess what else you don't know? She knows it because she's in on it as well. Okay? Stop having these people play all. Everybody trying to figure out what's what. It's cute. But this is an arrangement, you guys. And they've been doing this for all of Hollywood. This isn't new. They've been putting people together. Some they make get married. Some they don't. Some temporary. You see what I'm saying? All these Hollywood couples of shit. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Tiana Taylor, and that other dude she ain't with no more. You see Rihanna, ASAP. Like, you see what I'm saying? Barack Obama and his boyfriend, Michelle. They've been doing this for a long time, you guys. Marilyn Monroe, JF Kennedy. Look, they've been doing this, you guys. It's all a stage. And this is why I created this channel, so I can pull back the curtains on their fucking stage. It's all fake, and it been that way. I've been exposing these fucking demons. They were put together. Let's be clear about that. This is business. This is deception and trickery. And you can't trust people like that. They all are devils. Okay? All of them. All of them. There's no good guy in here. There's no innocent person. There's nobody walking in darkness not knowing where they are going. These are willing participants. Allegedly. Fuck out of here. Let's continue. Why Claressa Shields? Why the fight? Why did Ambassador Abu bring his ass to Detroit, right? To see that Claressa Shields, Lonnie Daniels fight. Shields is more than an athlete. She is a global icon who recently signed a massive $8 million multi-fight deal. In the world of avatars and public spectacles. The stage. High-stake boxing matches are often used as neutral ground for diplomats and corporate backers to meet outside of official chambers. The connection. Mr. Moti Kamara has spent his career building bridges between Sierra Leone and China, specifically in sectors Listen to this. Listen to this. Hold up. Multicara has spent his career building bridges between Sierra Leone and China, specifically in sectors like mining and national security. I said like mining like gold mining, copper mining, or whatever mining. You know, the same mining they do when they invade indigenous lands and they set up shop in indigenous lands and take their capitalist demonic asses, right? And invade other people's lands for their resources. You see, like how China did and is still doing in Africa. Huh? So now you're seeing, these are the beginning stages of me showing you what the fuck is China's business fucking around in Africa, specifically here, Sierra Leone. Because the Sierra Leonean government and China are in on it, on that 34 military hospital that Ruben Branson and Papoose went to back in 2025. You see, the 34 military hospital, allegedly, let me say that, is involved. And that's only one of their fucking, wicked endeavors that they got, and wicked projects is involved in fucking mining. Once again, as always, raping the land and the people, allegedly, right? So when I say mining, that's the mining that I'm talking about. You know, while the people starve, while the people over there starve and are being unalived in the fucking streets, everyday people, children, families, women, starving, all types of shit going on, trafficking, while you have these motherfucking colonizing motherfuckers who come over there and rape the fucking land, and they set up shop to mine all of the riches that they have over there while the people suffer. This is nothing new. They've been doing this shit for centuries. That's why I always say fuck China. And I mean that. I don't care who don't like it. Saudi Arabia as well. In the Middle East. We're going to get into all this shit with these damn demons. So when I say mining, that's exactly what I'm talking about, you guys. Okay? Mining. Let me get back to it. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay. $8 million fight deal in the world of avatars and public spectacles to stage. High stakes boxing matches. No, I already got that, guys. Okay. Boom. The connection. Mr. Multi Kamara has spent his career building bridges between Sierra Leone and China, specifically in sectors like mining and national security. Events featuring figures like your girl Claressa Shields, or allegedly your boy Clarence Shields. Okay, let me go. Because I said I was going to make this short, you guys. Okay. All right. Okay, so specifically in sectors like mining and national security. Events featuring figures like your boy Claressa Shields, okay, who is promoted by entities like Salida Promotions and Win Records. They attract the very corporations, right? When they say they mean Salida Promotions and Win Records, right? Attract the very corporations interested in African resources and global influence. Now, who is actually backing Ambassador Abu? Let's read. While no single shadow corporation, so they say, and so they are listing here, right? They're only saying that here, because you got to dig deeper into this. Okay? While no single shadow corporation is listed on public payroll. Listen to this. Ambassador Abu's career has been intrinsically linked to the government of Sierra Leone under different regimes, specifically serving the interests of President Ernest Koroma, former president of Sierra Leone, and later interacting with the BIO administration's diplomatic efforts. That is the current, President Bio is the current president of Sierra Leone, you guys. Okay? Now, the financial ties. His work has consistently involved securing million-dollar projects. We're talking about Ambassador Abu at the Claressa fight. His financial ties. His work has consistently involved securing million-dollar projects for the Sierra Leonean mining industry and exploring blockchain technology through global experts to modernize government infrastructure. The influence. Let's talk about that. His backing comes from the complex web of international trade agreements and the powerful mining conglomerates that operate within Sierra Leone, often using diplomats as human avatars to facilitate their expansion. You guys, let me read one more thing, you guys. To bring this home. Let me read one more thing, you guys. In the realm of these secret orders, before I get into the last thing I'm going to read to you guys, right? When we get into the realm, as I mentioned earlier, about these secret orders and these global conglomerates, right? And all of these bankers and these elite people, you know, and when we talk about entertainment in the world of celebrities, you know, they recycle the same celebrities, you guys, over and over and over again. Okay. And the celebrities that they do not recycle, okay, these celebrities come from specific bloodlines. I know some of you have heard this at this point about this. You see what I'm saying? About being connected to different bloodlines. And there's some of us who, you know, still don't understand how this actually works. And I'm trying to speak about this in a way that everyone can understand this, because, you know, we already have enough content out here that people talk about these things, but it's in a way, it's not very detailed, and it's kind of given in a way that's confusing. But what we really need to know, and I'm not going to get deep into this, right? But what we really need to know is that how these people are very demonic, and these people operate in the spirit realm, in the demonic realms. Okay? Everything begins and ends for these people in the demonic realms. Okay? I need for you to keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. Pray, go ahead and pray, but also keep this in mind as you are going into every facet of what I will be discussing on this channel. And everything that I am showing you guys, you need to keep in mind, I'm exposing the stage. But the very stage that I am exposing, it operates in the demonic realm. I don't give a fuck how it looks. I don't give a fuck if it's in the church. I don't give a fuck if it's in the mosque. I don't give a fuck if it's in social media. I don't give a fuck if it's on the Cartoon Network, the Disney Channel, Disney World, the boxing ring, or whatever network. I don't give a fuck. It all begins and ends in the fucking demonic realm. We need to understand this shit and stop thinking that shit is good. That the entertainment industry and all these corporations and stuff are inherently good. They're not. They're not. Just like what, I'm about to in one of my newer videos, I'm getting ready to come out with how I break down the fucking Zeus network and how I'm gonna break down goddamn Lemuel Plumber and who his daddy is connected to. Yeah, and who his daddy is connected to. Man, these people are wicked. They're wicked, and they are all a part of demonic orders and witch covens. So that's one thing that a lot of people was clowning Claressa about recently when she got up there and she kept calling Layla Ali a witch, right? Yeah, because she's a witch too. You see what I'm saying? She's calling Layla a witch. They're all fucking witches. Yeah, she wasn't lying, allegedly. Allegedly, let me just say that. Claressa was not lying, okay? Or being facetious when she said that Layla Ali is a witch. Because allegedly, I have to say that, she is a witch. And so is Claressa. And so is Papoose. Papoose is a witch. I'm not calling him a warlock because he's not at that level yet. And a lot of people think he did bend his soul allegedly. You see what I'm saying? But he is and he's done. Let me not get into that. I'm not holding back, you guys. I don't want to be all over the place. Okay, you see what I'm saying? But like I said, when she said that, when she called Layla a witch, she knows this because they're all witches and warlocks in the industry. Okay, just on different levels. Okay, don't let them fool you. Okay, because they all have to go and do their goddamn rituals. They all have to do their shit. They're all under surveillance. They're all being watched, and they all have legions of demons working through their fucking asses and their children as well. Straight off top. So when they say shit like that, don't try not to dismiss these things when they say stuff like this. Okay, because most of the time these people will show you who they are. If you have the eyes to see it, they always do, and the ears to hear. They show you who they are. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind, you guys. All right. So, like I said, in the realm of secret cabals, these secret orders they were into, and all this shit, right? Well, this power, okay, avatar, Ambassador Abu, right, represents a bridge between ancient traditional authority and modern corporate extraction, okay? Now, to understand his presence at the Claressa Shields fight and the corporations, okay, the quote-unquote corporations that's backing him, we must look at the order of Rokel. The order of the Rokel, you guys. Look this up, you guys. Look this up. The order of Rokel. This is new to me. I know about a lot of secret orders, you guys. I'm just hearing about the order of Rokel. We're going to learn together. Okay? We're going to learn together. Because I've never heard of the order of Rokel. Okay? Obviously it's global, right? It has to be, right? He's based out of Sierra Leone, but he was also an ambassador of goddamn China as well. Okay? So we're definitely gonna be looking into this order of Rokel. Of course, it's not surprising because, like I said, these people, okay, they operate in the dark. They are all demonic and they're all part of secret orders. All of the bankers, allegedly, okay, the bankers, these elite groups, all of them, every fucking last one. You cannot be a billionaire and richer or wealthier. You see what I'm saying? And not operate from the demonic realms. Not on earth, you can't. Okay? Not on earth. And when I say rich or wealthy, I'm not speaking about in spirit or from the soul. You see what I'm saying? Or even from the land, so to speak, because they come to rape, steal and destroy, steal, kill, rape and destroy. That's what they came here to do. They came here to get rich off you, off your intellectual property, off your spiritual property, off your land, from your land. And take, right? Until you dry. You see what I'm saying? Pull from you until you're dry. Pull from the land until you're dry. Until there's no more. This is how these people get their fucking wealth. By being fucking leeches. You see what I'm saying? This is how these archons come about. And get their earthly riches and wealth. You see? All from the demonic realms. Now they have different orders that they have, came about different names. They have different names. They call themselves different rituals. At the end of the fucking day, it's all the same shit. Okay? It's all the same shit. And the whole, black and white thing, that shit doesn't fucking exist. Because you will be surprised. Completely surprised. Who's at the top of their fucking pyramid. You'll be surprised. They don't operate through race. They only control and manipulate through it. Let's be clear about that. So, I'm going to be looking up this Order of Rokel to get into that. See what the fuck is going on with that. Obviously, and we'll come back and speak a little about that in my next video. All right, the Order of Rokel, you guys, is spelled Rokel. Okay, so while the public sees an honorary award, right, in the standpoint, I'm sorry, not that one. To understand his presence at the Claressa Shields fight and the corporations, right, quote unquote, backing him, we must look at the Order of Rokel. The Order of the Rokel as more than a simple medal. It is a seal of the elite. While the public sees an honorary award in the standpoint of secret societies, the Order of the Rokel functions as a formal recognition of those who have entered the highest circle of Sierra Leone's power structure, the initiation. Ambassador Abu holds the rank of Grand Commander, GCOR, the highest tier awarded for dedicated and meritorious service. The hidden network. In Sierra Leone, official orders often overlap with traditional power associations like the Poro for the men. Now the Poro is the power association, because you have to remember that in other countries operate a little different than a lot of countries. Well, we're specifically talking about Sierra Leone, okay? And when it comes to certain other governments, especially in Africa and like the Middle East, even in China, most countries, they operate when they have infrastructures like presidents, kings, queens, presidents, prime ministers, priests, and the priesthoods and stuff like that, where these are supposed to be the powers or the official structures, governmental structures that they operate through, right? You see what I'm saying? But no, they are usually like the face of things. The people who are really running shit, like I said, they serve the people who are really serving the demonic realms and who are really carrying out all of the dirt that they do, the sex trafficking, the murders, and the diseases and all this shit, their biological weapons and all this stuff. These are the people, you see what I'm saying, in these orders here. You see what I'm saying? These are the people who send out people allegedly like fucking, your representative, your boy Abu here. You see what I'm saying? The ones who's controlling his ass. Okay, the militia groups. You see what I'm saying? their fake ass priesthoods and militia groups and shit that they have. Okay? And a lot of times these people are controlled and or used by the hierarchical families that have ran that land or have been in charge of that land or corporations or whatever going back, from centuries, okay? Some thousands of years. That's why I said these people operate through avatars, because these people have been in these ruling families or in these running these certain corporations for centuries, you guys. Okay? And they refuse to allow. Now they'll have, they'll put certain people in place and use certain people and have certain puppets like Claressa Shields and Papoose and whatever and Ruben Branson. You see? They'll use these people, but you're not going to be a continuous, you see what I'm saying? You're not going to be allowed to move forward into their avatar program. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to benefit. You're not going to get temporary or long-term benefits from their pillaging, from their rape, their destruction, and their fucking pillaging. You see what I'm saying? You're not. You probably would have to do some real far out evil ass shit for them to let you in that way. Okay? So when I say here, let me go back to that, you guys. When I say here, in here that I'm reading, when it says the hidden network in Sierra Leone, official orders often overlap with traditional power associations like the Poro or the Sandi or Sande. Now, the Poro is spelled Poro. That's for the men. Okay? That's the men order of the network. Okay? Or the associations. All right? And then you have the Sandi or the Sande, which is spelled Sande. That is the sect for the women, right? Now, these societies have historically held military, commercial, and judicial authority, right? And no leader, listen to this now, and no leader can rule effectively without their cooperation. Did you guys hear what I just said? I'm going to read that one more time. Okay? The hidden network. Listen carefully, because this is important. This is leading into showing you. You see what I'm saying? Whoever they put in the front and all of that. Like, for instance, you see, they'll have a Donald Trump there or whatever the fuck as the president. He's the one in office. You see him walking around. He's doing this and he's doing that or whatever, right? He's the figurehead. He's the face of president or whatever, right? Which is only a fucking corporation. He is the CEO of this fucking corporation called the United States. You see? But he is not the ruling elite or people, right? Behind what we call what we call our indigenous lands of the Americas. Because that part belongs to our ancestors. Believe it or not. The original indigenous people of what we call the Americas, right? But you have these figureheads. Okay? Because best believe that there is a chief and chiefess for the Americas. They just don't want you to know who this person is. Okay? Or who these people are. They don't want you to know that. They just want you to look at the face. They just want you to look at the manager in the name of Donald Trump. That's what they want you to focus on. Or the Barack Obamas and the fucking Joe Bidens and all these people. This who they put in these positions. These are the ones who take the blame and who take the rap and all of this shit, because they're actors too. You see what I'm saying? They're putting on a show and lying too, so they can keep up appearances like this democracy or what they call a government is really what's going on, to keep you busy, to keep you talking about voting, to keep you talking about, what's going on in the economy. The gas is this. I can't afford this and I can't afford that, this, that, and the third and all this shit. All this carnal shit they got everybody focusing on. That's their job. You see what I'm saying? That's why they have these actors to, keep the machine, their well-oiled machine, nice and greased up. So all y'all can continue thinking it's real and continuing to fuel it up. So we can keep going decade after decade after decade. And you guys are doing a wonderful job upholding it, might I say. Okay? So it's no different than that, you guys. Okay? So let's go back here. I'm going to wrap this up, you guys. So you have, okay, so one more again. In Sierra Leone, official orders often overlap with traditional power associations like the Poro, which is for the men, and the Sandi, or Sand, Sande, for the women. These societies have historically held military, commercial, and judicial authority, and no leader can rule effectively without their corporation. No leader can rule effectively without their cooperation. By being part of the order, Mr. Abu is an avatar for this deep-rooted, traditional, and political network. High-profile sport events like the Claressa Shields versus the Franchon Cruz DeZern fight, the last fight that happened where Franchon beat Claressa's ass for real. You see what I'm saying? Where she gave her that beat, she gave Claressa that work. Okay? Then they're going to talk about, Claressa won the fight, but no, Claressa got her ass beat by Franchon Cruz. That's the fight I fucking saw. She beat that bitch the fuck up. Bottom line. Anyway, high-profile sport events like the Claressa Shields versus Franchon Cruz DeZern fight at Little Caesars Arena serve as prime locations for back-channel diplomacy. Okay, so of course, Ambassador Abu, of course, that's how they all do their dealings. You see these people, it's no different when they had the mafia coming to the damn, to the boxing matches. You would see that shit in the, Ali fights, in the Tyson fights, the Sugar Ray Leonard fights, shit, the Mayweather fights. You will always see these motherfuckers pop up. You see what I'm saying? And they do their little dealing. They do their willing and dealing. This is like a cover up for their willing and dealing. They do it in basketball, football. They do it in award shows, all types of shit. You see what I'm saying? Because it's a cover up. It gives them, not only are they scouting and they're looking at the puppets and shit that they are probably going to be doing business with, or they're looking at the publics, they're looking at their puppets. You see what I'm saying? Not only to do business with, to be prospective business partner, not business partner, business puppets. All right. They're not only looking for these people. You see what I'm saying? But, they're basically positioning themselves for expansion. Okay. They're trying to see, expand themselves. And let me just say this too. It's not always about money with a lot of these the higher up elites, because this thing it's a pyramid. It's like a structured pyramid, okay? And you have different levels to this shit. It's levels to this shit, okay? And the further up you go, meaning the higher on the demonic realm that you go, okay, you'll see that it becomes less about money and finances the higher up you go. Because you need to understand that the higher up you go, these people are the ones who are actually creating the money and the digital systems that they use for currency. Let's be clear about that. The real wealth is in the earth. Not through some fucking computer keys or some fucking paper with, you know what I'm saying, dollar signs on it. The real wealth is within the people and within the land. They know this. They know this. But it seems like a lot of people who have been tricked and fooled by them, you see what I'm saying? Forgot this. We used to know this, but we have forgotten over time, right? So the higher up you go, you'll see that it's less about money, you see, and more about control. Okay? About control. About hierarchy. About ownership. Deception. That's what it's about. If you can be Lord of all worlds, you see, right? Not just this world, all worlds, you see, because what they do know, even though even though there is a Lord of this world that, of this physical world, that created this physical world, that Lord will never have precedence over the Great Mother, because it is the Great Mother that has allowed these entities to even exist. Let's be clear about that shit. Let's be clear about that. Who want to talk shit about the Great Mother and say the Great Mother is, this is this worship and this is that. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Because the Great Mother was here before all of your gods. Before God. Before your God. Before your Allah. Before your Jesus. Before whatever. All that shit, y'all. Your Oshun. All that. Okay? Let's be clear about that. The prime source before time and space. Okay? And they know that the Great Mother is all in all, in the prime source creator. And they know that they could never have the full power. These entities know they can never have the full power of the Great Mother. You see what I'm saying? They can only use things like patriarchy. You see what I'm saying? Physical possessions and shit. You see what I'm saying? And the corruption of the divine feminine. Because you got people out here teaching now that the divine feminine is wicked. Oh, why you talk about the mother? The mother energy. Oh, that's wicked. That's Satanism. That's not of God and all this shit. They got you now. They got people out here speaking against the Great Mother. Speaking against the divine womb. The facilitator of life. Picture that. Picture that. Like I said, you got snakes and liars and deceivers in every aspect. Religion, all that. Okay? So let me wrap this up. Guys, I didn't mean to venture off, okay? The venue. These theater events provide maximum deniability for elite actors to meet far from official summits. So let me go ahead and repeat that from the last one. Okay, you guys? So I don't want y'all to be lost. High profile sport events like Claressa Shields versus Franchon Cruz Dezern fight at Little Caesars Arena serve as prime locations for back channel diplomacy. That's where they do their willing and dealing at, and then they come to kind of check out for their future slaves and puppets and shit to meet up with them. Okay, the venue. These theater events provide maximum deniability for elite actors to meet far from official summits. Elite actors like, allegedly, okay, Ambassador Ed Bull, Claressa Shields, Papoose, Ruben Branson, Khadijah, Win Records, Toledo Promotions, every last one of these motherfuckers. All puppets. All of them. All puppets. Okay? Let's be clear about that. All actors. They're all actors. Now, some of them may not go in knowing that they're actors, but you best believe that, after a while of being around, they do learn. They know exactly what their role is after being amongst these goddamn demons and these fucking devils for a certain amount of time. They know real quick exactly who the fuck and what the fuck they are. And if they don't want to participate or do their fucking job, then guess what? If you don't want to do anything at all they tell you to do, then they'll just get rid of you. They'll get rid of you. And they don't always have to unalive you, because they do shit in a way, even if it looks like the people who say no, right? Or who turn against the program and, I didn't want to sell my soul. I didn't want to do this. See, they left this person alone because this person was over here. Let me tell you something. If you don't want to do it, first of all, if you are a major asset to them, if they see you as a major asset to them, you're going to do what the fuck they tell you to do. And if you are a high level asset, like a Beyonce or maybe like a Jay-Z or a Michael Jackson or some shit like that, right? They'll put you under mind control, or they will clone you and develop. And I know a lot of you don't like to hear that, but it's fucking real. Okay. They will put you under mind control, or they will clone you and create another version of you that is more cooperative. Plain and simple. Okay? And if you are a level under them, right? You see what I'm saying? Maybe like some other type of actor, like a Halle Berry, somebody like that, or, whatever, right? Somebody like that. Or Oprah, or somebody like that. And you don't want to follow, you don't want to stick to the script, like your boy Jigga said. You don't want to stick to the script. Then they'll just fuck your life up. They'll follow you constantly. You see what I'm saying? They'll drug you up. They'll do all types of shit to scare the living daylights out of your fucking ass, to the point where you wouldn't even want to think about doing anything else but what the fuck they tell you to do. Or they may do you like, what's that sister name who just came back out? Beautiful sister. What's her name? Maya Campbell. She was on, what is that show with LL? That show that used to come on back in the day with LL Cool J. And I think it was Debbie Allen, I believe, right? I forgot the name of the show. The very beautiful chocolate dark skin sister, so beautiful, Maya Campbell, right? She just been coming back out on the scene. She's looking healthier now. She put a little weight on. She's looking beautiful. She's looking healthier. I think she's trying to come back out now. You see what I'm saying? This young lady tried to buck against the elites. You see what I'm saying? And you see, they didn't kill her. They didn't unalive her. You see what I'm saying? They didn't clone her. They just made sure that she got on drugs. She continued prostituting herself. You see what I'm saying? Because they all do. You see what I'm saying? But they made sure that she was going to be one of those ones, that it was going to be a situation where, hey, you know what? We'll just keep your ass over here on what they call it, Skid Row. You gonna be one of our Skid Row hoes. You're going to be on here on drugs or whatever. So if you think about talking about any of the rituals you had to do, or if you start talking about any of this and any of that, you can talk about certain things. But if you open your motherfucking mouth if you just so happen to open your mouth about any of the shit that you had to do in order for you to, keep what you had to experience or go through. You see what I'm saying? While you were actually in the business like that, no one's going to believe you. Because, we just slutted you out. You out here prostituting and doing drugs. Who's going to believe you? No one is going to believe you. They're just going to call you a crackhead or an addict. This is the type of shit that they do. And, then they have people like, since I'm a boxing fan, I love boxing. Then they have people like my boy, Gervonta Davis. Javante Tank Davis, how they was doing Tank, right? And he's not the only one. See, unlike a lot of these other boxers, they tried to play Tank. They try to play Tank. You see what I'm saying? Because yes, he has the potential to be the next Mike Tyson. Even though Mike Tyson was under mind control, even though he was under MK Ultra, and he was a part of their super soldier program. But let's just talk about this on a physical surface, though, for now, because there's layers to this shit, right? He had the potential to have the influence and the skill, right? And to be in a place just like Tyson. But he didn't want to do some of the things he saw that were being done. He went to a few parties, went to a few meetings. You see what I'm saying? And he didn't want to be involved, and he didn't like what he was seeing. You see? So what happened? What happened? Okay, well, what? Oh, well, I guess now you beating up your girlfriend. I guess now you beating up your baby mama. I guess now you're doing this. I guess now you're doing that. You see what I'm saying? All types of shit start surfacing. Motherfuckers rape somebody. Oh, somebody beat, you know what I'm saying? You see, next thing cause you what, when you see like people in the beginning of their careers and stuff, I'm not saying that, there's no, violent people at the beginning of their celebrity who won't do some dumb shit to fuck up their opportunities, right? I'm not saying that, but you can see a pattern here, right? Of certain celebrities coming in with all this talent, then all of a sudden, you see, the same shit happens. They end up getting locked up, right? And it's always the same shit. Domestic violence, they beat their baby mama, they beat their girlfriend, or some bullshit like that, right? It's the same shit. They use the same shit to fuck with these people, to get them in line and to get them on board. You either gonna do what the fuck we tell you to do and take the deal we tell you to take, do this and that, or this is what your life is gonna be looking like. What you gonna do? You see. And let's be mindful. This part here, like when I'm talking about like the Tank Davis stuff, this here is in the lower echelons. You know what I'm saying? Of this here, this is the stuff, the type of stuff that's being done and facilitated by the people like the Abus, like Ambassador Abu, who they sent over there to Detroit for Claressa Shields. Those are her level. They're not sending the shadow elite men. You know what I'm saying? It's not the shadow elite men who are giving the main orders for these people, you know what I'm saying? For people to set these people up. You see what I'm saying? They already know what they have to do because they've been doing this shit for so fucking long. They've been doing this to athletes and celebrities and different people for so fucking long. They already know what happens and what goes on and what to do. They already know. You see? Now I'm hearing, I don't know how true it is. Now I'm hearing there's talks of Javante Davis. You see what I'm saying? Taking on a fight. I'm hearing he's supposed to be fighting Shakur Stevenson. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. It's a rumor. Maybe y'all can tell me. I don't know. But it makes me wonder. What did you do, Javante? Did they replace you? I don't know. Are you into the super soldier more? Are you into the super soldier program like Tyson? You know, they got you up in them camps and shit, getting hypnotized and all that. I don't know. I see they got your new coach. They got your other coach over there fucking with Krishan and shit, getting her ready. You know what I'm saying? Getting her ready and shit. We know he's an MK Ultra goddamn thing now. Him and Jason Crutchfield. We know now that they both MK Ultra low end training, boxing trainers. We know that now, allegedly. Yeah, we know that now. I digress. So you guys, I'm gonna end this because I could go on and on and on. I promise you, I did not want to make this long. I promise you guys, I did not want to make this long. Okay. So let me just wrap up my last idea. Okay. What I was saying, I don't just want to leave it open like that. Okay. The venue. These theater events provide maximum deniability for elite actors to meet far from official summits. The strategic use of sports. Governments often use sports to promote worldwide capitalist expansion and national political interests. For an ambassador linked to mining and security, an $8 million boxing spectacle is neutral ground to interface with global financiers and corporate titans who prefer to remain in the shadows. Abu's career as an ambassador to China and a UN representative places him at the center of massive resource deals. Now, the mining conglomerates, the primary corporations backing, listen to this, guys, the primary corporations backing the elite in Sierra Leone include giants like, get your pens out, include giants like the Gerald Group, you guys. The Gerald Group. Gerald. The Gerald Group. Which owns 90% of Marampa Mines. Marampa Mines. Marampa. Marampa Mines. And China's Ginkgo Group. Kingo. Kingo Group. Operating the Tonkolili iron ore mine. Operating the Tonkolili iron ore mine. Tonkolili is spelled, you guys, Tonkolili. The Tonkolili iron ore mine. Okay? Resource control. These entities are essential to the global critical mineral value. These entities are essential to the global critical minerals value chain. Recent deals, such as the $300 million secured for gold mining infrastructure, are often struck behind closed doors away from public scrutiny. As an ambassador, Mr. Abu acts as the facilitator for these corporations, ensuring that the resource rents flow between the global elite and the local power. Okay? So, that closes that out for that, you guys. So, we spoke about the ambassador, Abu Kabar Moti Kamara. Okay? We put it out there that he was the ambassador back in July of 2025. At least that's what or was it August? July or August of 2025. Went to go see Claressa Shields fight. Got to chop it up with Claressa Shields, Ruben Branson of Win Records, Papoose, Salida Promotions. They chopped it up. I'm sure they had some discussions of what type of puppet work that they're going to be doing, who they're going to be deceiving and lying and shit like that. I'm not sure, I really do believe that Papoose has been groomed just a little bit dealing with, Remy. Okay. And listen, don't get it fucked up. Okay, do not get it fucked up, because, you have some people who thinking like, oh, well, Remy, she's still, even though she's been around for a long time, that she, hasn't had to pay her fucking dues. You see, like, she ain't had to do some, do some things and pay her motherfucking dues. Well, you're wrong about that. You understand what I'm saying? Because once you get on, once you, utilize their platforms, their major platforms, and they let you start getting in their little movies and shit like that, especially when you start dealing with platforms like Lifetime and Paramount and stuff like that, and you have affiliations with that. Listen, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, if you a fucking bum or a rapper or it doesn't matter. If they're allowing you to utilize for any of your projects, as they are allowing you, choose you to use their platform, trust, you are going to be solidified to them. That means that you already took your oath and you are already owned and controlled. But what you guys need to realize is that is levels to this shit. Not everybody who's controlled by these people and who's owned by these people, you see what I'm saying? Or walking around and shit having MK Ultra glitches. You see what I'm saying? Or staring into the camera and putting up hand signs all fucking day, all on the TV, all in the videos. And all in the movies and all in the photo ops. Okay? Not everyone is doing that, especially nowadays. Because as you can see, a lot of these celebrities nowadays, they're not using a lot of their hand signs like they used to because they're on to it now. They see the new generation and or whatever has come across this information about throwing up all the hand signs, right? Showing their allegiance to Lucifer, to Satan. They see that, they see all these young people exposing this shit all on TikTok, Instagram, and all of this, right? They're seeing this. So they got to hit the, they got to make sure that they do their recruit. Hey, listen, we know that y'all down. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to do all the hand signs and all this and that. Y'all could do this. Just put, maybe you could just put your little, put your bang on one side of the eye. That'll be a little something. Just do something different. Or get them some code words to say every now and again. You see what I'm saying? But they can't be that obvious to the new generation of children. You see, and young people coming up because they onto that shit. They on about the hand signs, and some of them they already on to the outfits and the symbols, the signs and symbols that these fucking slave ass motherfuckers, have to do or are controlled by. They're on to it now. A lot of the young people are on to it now. Okay. So don't be fooled just because you see Remy Ma out here. Oh, she's local. She's at the concerts. She doing this. She seem like she down to earth. Oh, she's this and that. And she's so friendly and she's so touchable. Oh my God, she's just like your everyday Bronx girl. Like, oh my God, this and that. Do not get it fucked up. Okay? Do not get it fucked up because they need people who seems very approachable. Okay? Who seems like, she just seems so down to earth. Like, like she, like, don't let them fool you. They need people in every sector of their fucking prisons. Okay. Okay. No pun intended. I'm just saying they need people. You see what I'm saying? And yes, she took her oath too. And allegedly, yes, Remy took her oath too. Allegedly a long time ago. Okay. Let's be clear about that. I'm sure she has to, do her damn rituals too. Allegedly. And I'm sure that Papoose has accompanied her to some of these places. Allegedly. Because they were partnered together as well. Y'all ain't ready, man. So I'm gonna wrap this up. But thank you all for listening. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'm new here. I have a wealth of information. I do research. I've been doing research for almost 30 years. Okay, doing hardcore research. Okay, that's what I do. And I also receive transmission of the things that I know. You see what I'm saying? And I have discernment of the things that I know, the things that I speak about. Okay? And I plan to share these things with you all, those of you who are interested in knowing the truth or receiving the truth or studying the truth. And I don't know, of course, I don't know everything, but I am willing and open to sharing what I do know. Okay. And we'll learn together. We'll grow together and we're gonna expose these motherfuckers, expose their stage that they got going on for real, for real. I want us to really get to the bottom of this shit. Not just talk about, Illuminati, they doing this and they do this, that, and the third. No, let's start naming names out this bitch. Let's pull the lid back on these corporations. Let's do that. Okay? Instead of talk about the celebrity, let's talk about who running these motherfuckers. Let's talk about that. Okay? And then talk about what demon is behind that. Because you got different demons out here. You understand what I'm saying? You got legions of demons out here. What demon is behind that corporation? Because I want to see these motherfuckers coming fucking miles away. That's what I'm talking about. people, my people. Okay. So again, thank you for listening. Please, like I said, I'm new here. Share the information and enjoy the rest of your day or your evening. Okay. And I will see you guys on my next video, which is going to be part 4 of this series. And part 4, you guys, is going to be a little bit more fun. We're going to go in. This is going to be a little bit more fun. This one was a little on the serious side, but cause I like to, I bring the, personality with it and all that. But this next one, you guys are going to like, cause we're going to dig in some more with Papoose and Claressa's ass. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to have a little fun on part 4, you guys. All right. So again, thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.